court is now in session. We have case number Viiivtv 2020-6. Plaintiff, Blueprint 1, defendant, Reasonable Doubt. The charge, which is Hov's best album. You know what I mean? Now, both albums are classic in every sense of the word. You know what I mean? But only one can reign as king. And before we dig in this case, you know the ritual. Let's take a shot. Now, the evidence follows. Exhibit A, lyrical content. Reasonable Doubt was compromised of a hungry Jay-Z. You know what I mean? He used his own money just to prove to us that he could be as good as Nas and Biggie. You heard? I mean, despite songs like Cashmere Thoughts and Brooklyn Finest, which were boastful rhymes, you know what I mean? He showed his underground mafioso ties in this album. You heard? Now, in contrast, in Blueprint 1, he was already established. You know what I mean? He wasn't able to stress, and he used the label's budget to make a wide variety of songs, such as Lyrical Exercise, you know what I mean? Song Cry, Mama Loves Me. He was able to cover a array of topics, you know what I mean? Think of the best steak you ever made as Reasonable Doubt versus the second best steak you ever made with a lot of side dishes as Blueprint 1. You know what I mean? Blueprint 1 was like a complete meal. So I have to side with Blueprint 1 on this one. Now, Exhibit B, the flow. Now, I'm going to use a lyric off the Black Album to sum up Exhibit B. You know what I mean? Pardon me, I am kind of wasted, so I have to read this. It's skill soul, truth be told, probably lyrically is Talib Kweli. Truthfully, I want to rhyme like common sense, but I did 5 mil and I rhyme like common sense. So that's basically saying like he's only doing his job to the consumer to dumb it down for us. You heard? You know what I mean? Now, could you imagine hearing even Righteous Mind go through this? True this, history schoolers to spend money foolish, bond with jewelers and watch for intruders. I stepped it up another level, meditated like a Buddhist. Can you mind hearing that lyric right there on a Kanye West beat, man? If he wanted to dumb it down for us, can you imagine hearing those flows on a Kanye West beat? Man, it would be dangerous. So think of it like Reasonable Doubt as a accurate blast from a sniper rifle. You know what I mean? On point versus Blueprint as a big old shotgun blast. Because, I mean, he did do damage on Blueprint 1, too. You know what I mean? He was able to take down a whole borough on Takeover. You know what I mean? Mobb Deep Nas on Takeover. He killed them. You know what I mean? But Exhibit B had to side with Reasonable Doubt. Now, Exhibit C, the beats. You know what I mean? So, Reasonable Doubt, he used a lot of jazzy beats that were kind of already the formula, like Tribe Called Quest and Gangstar. They already had the formula of making good quality music on the jazzy beats. So Jay-Z followed that, which was completely dope. He did good on those. But Blueprint 1, everyone was running to a Neptune sound or a Timberland sound or a Swiss Beat sound. He actually took a rookie producer and was like, yo, I want them soulful sped up. So he went against the grain and started actually a blueprint of sample sped up beats. Because you got to think about it. Back then, no one was making those beats or rapping over those beats. So Diplomat started making sample songs and that was one of Common's best albums coming back. Listen, so he started a blueprint of new hip hop at that time. So as far as beat goes, I'll side with Blueprint 1. Now, Exhibit D, the co-defendants. Reasonable Doubt, he had Biggie, Mary J. Blige, Bleak, Sauce Money, Jazzo. You know what I mean? Blueprint 1, on one song, he had Slick Rick, Biz Markie, and Q-Tip. On the girls, that's heavy to me. You know what I mean? Also, he had Kanye and Eminem. So, Exhibit D, I'll side with Blueprint 1 because most all those songs was just himself. He didn't really need no big names. You know what I mean? Beside that one song. So my closing argument, you know what I mean? To me, Reasonable Doubt was based off of trends that were already popular at the time. You know what I mean? By contrast, the Blueprint really lived up to his name. He created a new model for the 21st century of rap. You know what I mean? Jay-Z's best album was Blueprint by a decimal. You know what I mean? By a decimal. You know what I mean? Now, sure, there are other contenders. You heard like the Black Album, Volume 2, which next week I will tell you Ho's top 5 albums. You know what I mean? Now, you know what I mean? The case is over with. Let's all take a shot. Court is adjourned.